Hi everyone, I'm Phoebe. I'm here at BISP. I just moved here. I'm a year 12 student, so I've been here around 4 months so far. So I'm from Myanmar, but I stay in Singapore. I'm on an academic scholarship right now for the 2 years of the IB program that I'll be doing here in BISP. My passions include talking, and it can just be like conversation, talking with my friends or like teachers, but it can also be talking when it comes to like making speeches or like being the MC. That's kind of like what I enjoy doing. Other than that, I really enjoy film photography and I love reading, so especially about like psychology books, or I like watching crime documentaries, so I think that's where I would go later in life. I would go somewhere down criminology or psychology. So in terms of talents, I would say that I think I enjoy talking. That's how I felt happiest. I feel the happiest when I'm talking to someone and I listen to their experiences. I get to listen to their stories about their past, and I get really inspiration from listening to them. That's how I discovered it. And slowly I'm starting to develop new hobbies. So right now I'm trying baking for a change. But I almost burned down the boarding house kitchen once. Almost, keyword almost. And one of my biggest inspiration comes from my family, especially my father, who's a Marine captain. I only see him twice a year, but every time he comes back, I always get motivational speeches for him, and he's always reassuring me about a lot of stuff that I worry about, usually about school or just life in general. So my biggest inspiration I would say comes from my family. So one of the biggest achievements I've seen would be, there was this game show hosted back in my country, Myanmar. I'm sure you guys know Scrabble. So it's this big word game, but they made it in like a human-sized form. They had judges. It was like hosted on a TV show, and I was like personally selected to be part of it. And I did win, I think, second place for like 4 rounds. So I think that was really memorable. I remember crying before the show started, but the main point is that it was really a huge achievement for me and my school. So here at BISP, since I'm a boarder, I do have a lot of fond memories. We would always sing, or we would dance, we would bake together. And I think it's such a lively atmosphere in the boarding house. But not only in the boarding house, but also at school, we have events such as Loi Katong, which we had yesterday. We had Spirit Week the whole week. There would be Halloween costumes. They would dress up as celebrities. So that was like a really fun week. Other than that, talking about the downsides, I think the IB workload is a bit much for me. There's a lot of things like CAS, TOK, EE, your IAs. It's quite manageable, I think, so far. But other than that, I think in BISP, you really have these extracurriculars. When it comes to like sports, you can do basketball, you can do football. We have golf, we have swimming. But we also have extracurriculars, which I'm doing. I tutor the younger students here. I tutor the younger boarding students as well. So I think that's the highlight of being here, to be able to engage with the students here. So in terms of the challenges that I face, thankfully there are always people who are ready to help me. In every classroom, I could just ask anyone and they would be willing to help me. But the teachers especially, they would comment on your work. They would give you feedback, whether bad or good. They would always comment on something which can help you improve. I think that was really what is the most helpful in overcoming such a huge workload such as the IB, where you have like resources online, but you also have teachers readily available to like help you answer your questions or any doubts that you have. So after my 2 years of the IB program, I do plan on going to university. I don't plan on taking a gap year, which I already did before coming here. I worked in Singapore a lot of part-time jobs as a waitress, a barista, or a check-in agent. So right after the 2 years, I plan on going to university, maybe in UK or maybe in New Zealand. That's like 2 different parts of the world, but it's fine. That's not decided yet, but I do plan on pursuing criminology or law as a degree. So when you first applied to BISP, you would have this school website, and when I actually found the BISP school from an alumni, she was an old student here, so I got in touch with her. I asked her how she found it here, and I went into the admissions and I saw that there was this scholarship program that they offered. They also have like sports scholarships, they have academic scholarships, they have art scholarships, and the whole application process was your personal statements, your IGCSE grades if you did yours. I did mine with IGCSE, and they would have interviews with the head of school, you would meet the principal, so it was not very long. I think it was be like a 3-week process of applying and like waiting to hear back from them. So I think the process then was kind of just waiting back for an email and like trying to prepare yourself on seeing which side of you want to present as a student so that they would accept you as a student here at BISP. Now that I'm here at BISP, if you want to know more about this, I can give you some advice as an alumni, a 4-month alumni, but here I think it's really, really fun. You have so many people around you all the time, like physically all the time, if you're a boarder especially, but you can always ask for people to help you. You can always ask your teachers to help you, and the food here is great too. It's Thai food, and if you are planning to come here, they would, as a boarder especially, there would be like boarding forms that you can read online, or you can ask me if you see me if you end up coming here. So I would encourage you to come here and join us, be part of our student community, and we'll see how you can see how well you would fit in here, because everyone fits in here really, and I think it's really happy environment here.